Yeah, we're back at the anime waifu stuff, cause why not? And I'm gonna be honest, folks, this video is actually kind of hard to get through. So if it seems like I am skipping through a lot and I'm speeding her up, it's cause she's making a lot of the same points. Literally at the start of this video, she just starts saying, "Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it." That's like literally all she starts saying. It's like I feel like she's turned it into one of those NPCs that is failing, and it's just like I feel like that's her brain trying to comprehend what she's trying to say. So if that's it, let's just get into this video because I'm gonna be honest, I got a lot of editing to do, and honestly, I feel like this one might be worse than a Harmon Smith video. Yeah. So let's just get into it.
All right. Look, I understand that this is not really a topic that everybody's been really hyping up about like the original game is, but I just want to say that do not buy The Last of Us Part 2 remake. Don't buy The Last of Us Part 2 at all. Like The Last of Us Part 2 is getting a remaster version even though it just came out 3 fucking years ago. Like I know people are saying it's like a patch or something, like it's not like a full game you have to buy or
and this is mostly just going off what Sony's been doing. There's already a patch for The Last of Us Part 2 if you are playing the PS4 version, which is the only version right now, and you're playing on a PS5. There's a 60 FPS patch. That's it. That's like, technically, there's your remaster right there. Listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and say I am okay with this. I made an entire video saying I'm not okay with it. But at the same time, I got no spine. I'm more of a jellyfish here when it comes to The Last of Us. I'm going to end up buying it anyway because it's The Last of Us. Just my franchise. And I do find it weird that someone who basically has no knowledge of the franchise whatsoever is just already trying to discredit this, even though this is all just a rumor right now. Literally, it's just a rumor. We do not know if this is actually a thing, or maybe he mistakenly says something else. I don't know what's going on with this. We have to wait and see. And that's what I've always said. Wait and see. Because rumors could be a million. There's a million and one rumors out there. You got to find a few that might actually, be a grain of truth.
But the thing is, if you actually want the remastered, you still have to buy the game, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Look, this is more a video about complaining about The Last of Us 2, anyway, because, I haven't really, done a whole video on The Last of Us Part 2, but, this topic, man, where they said that the fucking game is getting a remaster version, it's like, oh, why?
This answer might surprise you, but money! Obviously!
Yeah, easy answer. Money. The Last of Us IP is white hot right now after the HBO show. A lot of people want a Last of Us Season 2 already. Well, why not sell a Last of Us Part 2 remaster on PlayStation 5 and PC and kind of fill that gap until we actually get a Season 2, because it might be a while for that because, writer strike and everything. I don't know. Why do corporations do anything? Because the clip said it best. Money. Money. They want money. They're going to milk the shit out of The Last of Us until they can't milk it anymore, and they'll just replace it with a new franchise. Maybe God of War.
Because, I get it, Naughty Dog is falling off, they want money, the Last of Us Part 2 was a failure with the fan base. It wasn't a failure financially, it sold a lot of copies, but...
Here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to have to start speeding her up, because she's just repeating a lot of the same points. And I just want to say this right now. Yes, The Last of Us Part 2 was controversial for the fan base, but I think the true Last of Us fans, the ones who are willing to stick it out and hear this story out, we're actually going to give this game a fair shake. And I do see the reception of The Last of Us Part 2 actually changing. I'm not saying everyone, suddenly thinks it's the best game, 10 out of 10, but I am starting to see people say, maybe it's not the worst game of all time, like some people may sound like. Maybe it's just a bad story with some good gameplay, because the gameplay sections in this game are really well done and really fun. that's what I'm starting to see the perception start changing into. And some people out there are like me who are just like, you know what? Yeah, not a story for everyone, but I liked it. Controversial take. I did like the story. In fact, that's one even a hotter take. I kind of like the second game story more than the first one. Not saying that the first one's story is bad or anything, but it felt very safe. The Last of Us Part 2 actually took a risk with a story. Now, did that risk pay off? Well, it's all up to you. It's all up to you, the person viewing this game, playing this game. Was the risk worth the, I guess what to say, results? Like I said, personally, I'm in the camp of yes, but that's me. That's my hill to die on, and I probably will die on it until I'm like 500 years old.
This like director's cut and remastered shit that's coming out. It's like, I get it, they want money, but don't buy it. Like, don't fucking do it. There's no point. Don't do it. Do not buy The Last of Us Part 2. Do not get this patch. Don't get this remaster. There's no point. Do not get it. Don't fucking get it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get it. There's no point to it. There's no point. I get it. I do get it.
But if you don't believe in like these leftist politics or like politics and games in general, do not buy this game. Don't fucking do it. Don't buy it. Don't do it. And I don't want to repeat myself too many times, but you guys gotta understand that you shouldn't buy this game. Like, don't do it. Because you're supporting this leftist industry, you're supporting the leftist infiltration. And I understand that people, like, go in my comments and, like, fucking Brother Nier will go in there and be like, what are you talking about? There's no politics in games of it, because they're all, like... Because they're all dumbasses who close their ears and their eyes and pretend that none of this shit matters, or like politics isn't what's ruining the industry, even though it's been proven it's ruining the industry. Because like, how do you guys explain all these like, black characters all of a sudden? How do you explain all these trans characters, all these gay characters, like all these like fucking, people just coming in gaming all of a sudden? Like, I understand that people might use the argument that, like, oh, well, because it wasn't as acceptable back then or whatever. It's like, that's never stopped anybody from putting these, these minorities, quote-unquote, in their media. Like, it's not an excuse. They're doing that because it's politically correct, and it's selling, I guess. Like, it... Again, I don't like...
Is your idiot brain getting fucked by stupid? It's not rhetorical. Answer me.
So, it's leftist politics in The Last of Us Part 2, cause why? This is something I have never understood. This is something like I cannot grasp even like the basic concept of it. The basic concept of how is The Last of Us Part 2 leftist politics? How? Someone needs to explain this one to me. And they needed to explain it to me like I'm stupid, okay? Because I can't grasp it. Okay, so we have a gay couple, a lesbian couple more specifically, and we have a character that, well, it's not straight up said they're trans. It's, what was it? It was not like Lev was straight up trans, but like more, I took it as more like she wasn't happy with the job she was given when I first played the game. Now, in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, there's probably some, trans, issues going on there. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, how is this leftist politics? A gay couple and a trans person turns a game into leftist propaganda? I don't get it. I seriously don't get how anyone gets to this idea that having a trans person, a gay couple in a video game, makes your game, I hate this word, woke. And let's be honest here, she wants to say that word. She wants to say that word real bad, because you can almost hear it in her voice. She wants to say the word woke, because that's what all these right-wingers do. Because let's be honest here, she's a Synthetic Man supporter. Right there. That should tell you everything you know. She is getting her information from the most unreliable source. She is getting her information about leftist, propaganda from a man who literally lost his shit over a bathroom in a fucking horror game. Yeah. Remember that? These are the people who make these tiny little things into gigantic mountains. Oh, the leftists, they're trying to show that, trans people and gay people exist in a post-apocalypse game. Oh my god. No way. I thought the zombie apocalypse wiped them all out. I thought the zombie apocalypse got rid of gay people and trans people. It ain't like these are people who will still exist in our society, even in a society that's in, the worst case scenario. Because it's not like people just, suddenly, agree like, oh yeah, we're all straight all of a sudden. And I love how some of these fucking dipshits can't grasp this concept that, well, yes, The Last of Us has a post-apocalypse theme dealing with infected, because they're not zombies. Zombie implies they're dead. It implies that, they're the living dead. They're not the living dead. So let's just be honest here. They, for some reason, think, oh, the entire game should be just about them. Even though people in the company who make the game tell you it's not about the zombies. The zombies are in the background for a reason. Because they're just a reason why all this shit happened. The Last of Us is about people. And the people in the world dealing with trauma and tragedy. But yeah, again, they can't grasp that concept because a thing walks like a zombie. So now it can't be more thought-provoking than try to cure the zombies. Oh my god, yeah, this. Can you see why I picked this piece to make fun of? Just because it just shows like her ability to actually script out a video is not very good. She just repeats a lot of the same things. Just like how, I know this for a fact. I repeat my outro a lot. And I can't help it, but it's like, that's outro. I just sometimes forget if I even said it. But she's literally regurgitating the same points she's been making the whole video that I had to start skipping through, because this woman just can't seem to learn how to use fucking a Word document just to have bullet points. Make the process a little easier.
I don't want to repeat myself or anything, but don't buy this game, dude. Like, all it is just a graphical remake. That's literally all it is. Like, there's nothing else to this game. There's nothing else. It's just the same game. It's just the same game. But it's just a graphical remake. That's it. That's all it is. Like, I don't even understand why people would buy this game in the first place, knowing, like, how the story is, where they... like, they have a trans person in the apocalypse. It's been going on for, like 20, 30 years, and they got a trans person in this game. It's like, what? Like, why is that relevant? Like, you're telling me that, like, 30 years into this zombie apocalypse, there's, like all these, like, religious factions that hate the gay people or something like that? It's like, what?
I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before? Oh my god, this is happening again.
Yes. Did you know there are religions out there that hate gay people? And in the case of the Seraphites, the reason why they don't like gay people is because, well, surprise, they don't procreate. And the Seraphites are all about making forward progress. They're all about the preservation of humanity in a kind of a weird-ass way. And yes, they are a bunch of, well, to put it best, crazy people. I mean, you gotta remember, these are people who literally, open people's guts, to release their sins, as they would say. These were people who were actually led by someone who was basically a glorified terrorist. Okay? It's so funny how she doesn't grasp this concept that, yes, trans people can exist in the post-apocalypse, just how, like, they exist now. People don't change that much just because the zombies or the infected are out. Some people do still question their gender identity when they were born, or maybe they just weren't happy with the assignments they were given, or I don't know. And the weird thing about the Seraphites is something I noticed through the game, is there actually are more females in that group than males at times. I'm not saying that's all the time, but I'm going to say that it does seem like it has a pretty strong female component to it. And even then, the women are still given very, I guess you would say, kind of problematic roles, like a glorified housewife role, or, they could become a hunter like Yara is, which is what Lev wanted to be. Lev wanted to be a hunter, but was given a, glorified housewife role to an older Seraphite that Lev would not have been happy with. So Lev cut his hair and start going by the name of Lev, because his original name, I'm not going to say, out of respect for the character, because if you guys also don't know this, the person who plays Lev apparently is also trans. So, yeah, I could see where maybe some people might, get a little upset about that, but it's like, if we're going to suddenly ostracize people who, trans people from playing trans characters, then we need to start ostracizing black people from playing black people in video games. I don't understand how she doesn't understand that some people do question their identity. Some people question their role in society, even though they're in a cult that basically doesn't want them to do that. And if they do that, they get punished by getting killed, or worse yet, a family member getting killed. Remember, Lev's real problem isn't with the Seraphites themselves. It was actually dealing with their mother, who is a hardcore, Seraphite. She believes that, the mother's teachings and all that stuff hardcore, to the point where when Lev actually shows up and tries to talk to their mom, their mom actually tries to kill Lev, and then Lev has to kill her, traumatizing him further. It's like, already, I'm being ostracized from the group I like, the people I've grown up with, people she probably has, friends with, and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like my mom's trying to kill me too. So I actually found Lev's character very, compelling. I'm sorry for the slip of calling him she. I try to be respectful of the genders. Because it's one of those situations that's kind of hard to say, but I actually like Lev as a character. I think it was very compelling, and this, in my opinion, is like how you could handle a zombie apocalypse trans person, because it's not even straight up said. It's just like it's applied. Like, yeah, Lev's not, who he's not always been this way, and I do like how Yara, fills in Abby, like, this was just more of him just kind of going against the grain, and the Seraphites don't like that. So, surprise, Seraphites are crazy people. Yes, that's kind of the reason why they are best described by the Wolves as a cult, because they act like a cult. Cult people do crazy shit.
Like who gives a shit? Like, who cares? Why is this in the game? Like, why does that matter? Like, why does all this gay propaganda stuff matter? Like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're pro-gay or anti-gay. Like, you can be pro-pride all you want, but you guys gotta understand that this is not relevant. But you know why they're putting this in the game. You know why they're doing it. You guys just pretend that you don't know why they're doing it, but you know why they're doing it. Oh, God, like, I hate casuals, man. I hate casuals. Like, it's the casuals that are the ones that keep saying politics don't exist in games. Last of Us Part 2 is the definition of what happens when you let lefties make a game, dude. Like, there's so much shit in this game that doesn't need to be there. Like, an Apocalypse, again, Apocalypse has been going on for 30 years. You're telling me that there's trans people and gay, anti-gay religious factions. You're telling me that there's fucking... I mean, you guys also gotta remember, there's like a fucking, like, bisexual love triangle in this game. What is with...
Yeah, that bisexual love triangle. It's not like people could be in relationships, then break up, and then move on to people who they also have a significant fondness of. My God, what a shocker. Are you telling me a woman can be a bisexual just like a man can be a bisexual? Are you telling me that a woman can have an interest in a man and a woman at the same time? Sounds a little wokey there. No, seriously, if you think that's woke, then congratulations. You don't understand how human beings feel. It's not the gender they're sexually attracted to. It's the person. But yeah, again, big brain thinking hurts your brain too much. Too much thinking hurt. Caveman brain hurt.
Like, why is that in the game? I don't understand. Like, why is that added to the story? It doesn't add anything. Like, if you guys know anything about the game's director, Neil Druckmann, who also directed the TV show, from what I know, I think, correct me if I'm wrong about that, if you know anything about Neil Druckmann, you know that he's like he's a cuck. He's a male feminist. He's a cuck. He has like man guilt or whatever. Man bad. Conservatives are bad. Religious people are bad. Fuck all. Like, literally anybody who's not a leftist is bad. It's pretty much what Neil Druckmann believes. You close your eyes and ears to that fact that he is a cuck and he's a male feminist. He's a lefty. He's got white guilt. Anyway, does anyone else find it kind of weird that, like, in The Last of Us Part 2, where it's like all these women are in power or whatever, like all these women are like leaders of these factions and everything, and then the one black man that's in power, he dies. It's like, that's kind of weird. Like, leftists are supposed to be progressive, right? Black men are better than white men. Men are inferior to women. It's like, I thought you guys were progressive. Like, why do you have this black male who's in power and just, like, get him killed by a woman who should have been trans? Like, Abby should have been the trans character. Like, I don't care what you say. Abby should have been the trans character. Like, it would have made more sense if Abby was a man that pretended to be a woman, because that's what trans people are. They're one gender that pretends to be another because they got, like, a mental issue. Yeah, I shouldn't be saying that, but it would have made more sense if Abby was just a man that tried to look like a woman, but no, she's an actual woman that looks like a man. Understand? Like, anybody who defends The Last of Us Part 2, like I hate all of you. Like, you guys can go and fucking choke on a limb, you guys can go suck an egg, but God, man, like, don't fucking buy this game, dude. Like, don't buy it, dude. Like, don't buy the remaster, don't buy the patch, don't buy a remake, whatever they're calling it. Like, don't do it, dude. Like, Gustavo, the musician, said that how they're gonna remaster this game that came out 3 years ago. Like, why? What's the point? I don't understand. Like, again, if you guys know anything about
This woman is just repeating herself over and over and over and over and over. And you know what? I'm done. I'm checked out. This me tapping out. This me like saying, dude, I can't do this anymore. I have to sit here and edit all this shit and just hear her regurgitate the same stupid points over and over and over and over and over and over. It's driving me borderline insane. It's driving me to the point that I am seriously considering going to fucking Safeway, buying some goddamn alcohol, and fucking just trying to numb the pain of having to hear this stupid ass woman with her monotone voice, who is a giant simper, a known bigot, to the point that other fucking bigots out there won't even associate with him, who looks like the definition of every fucking incel out there, sit there and tell you don't buy a game because it has a trans person. And this is the part I will never grasp the concept of. Again, I won't understand. Why do these people care so much that there's a trans person in a fucking video game? The developer didn't mention it. Did you ever hear Neil Druckmann say, oh, this is a game with the first trans character we have made? No. Did anyone come out and say that besides maybe the actor themselves? Nope. So, yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't. These people have to have the biggest hive mind in existence because they always regurgitate the same exact points. Neil Druckmann's a cuck. Why? Because that's a fucking clever name? Oh, Neil Cuckman. Next we're gonna call it the Gay Station? Good fucking lord. These people need to get outside and go out and interact with the real fucking world. And mind you, this is a guy who openly admits he's a fucking shut-in at times. I'm telling you to go outside, touch some grass. Go outside, talk to a trans person, talk to just anyone. Go talk to people. Good fucking Christ. This woman has to be the definition of the most repetitive, fucking boring content you can make. I mean this sincerely. She is actually worse than Harmon Smith. Guys, we found it. We somehow found someone worse than Harmon fucking Smith. The man who said that freaking George Floyd should have been kneeled on and that women shouldn't be in the workplace. Somehow, we found content that's worse than that. We found a gold mine. We found a gold mine of the most repetitive, boring, stupid content out there. And I mean it sincerely. I thought SS Sniper Wolf put little work into her content, but at least I can actually get some enjoyment at looking at her. This woman is playing a boring ass game that doesn't even look like her fucking computer's running properly, by the way, and has like the most monotone fucking voice I have ever heard in my existence. Yeah. So with all that said, this is That PlayStation Gamer. I am done. Anna Waifu, just do the world a favor. Delete your fucking YouTube channel. You are the definition of the fucking repetitive as hell. If a trans person in a video game bugs you so fucking much, how about do this, Anna? Do this. Fuck off and die in a hole or something. I don't know, because seriously, I don't get it. Why are they so obsessive over the left? The left are, I hate to tell you this, The Last of Us developers don't care what you think, Anna. They don't care. They made a shit ton of money. They're making shit tons of money. You are a small little cricket in a fucking ocean of fucking people. You are a tiny, tiny speck on a fucking dot. You're a speck of a speck of a speck. Do you really think you have any kind of influence whatsoever? Because if you do, I got a fucking bridge to sell you. Because clearly you believe anything that people tell you. So just, I had to go on that tirade. I apologize if that got a little dark. I apologize if that got a little too mean. But god damn it, she does it. She's like Harmon Smith. She just brings out the worst in me. So until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer. Sign out. You guys have a good day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all YouTube algorithm BS. I'm going to go fucking drink some coffee because I'm not drinking alcohol, but fuck, this video makes me want to. Bye.